Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Lead Change Empowerment Podcast, where we empower you in your now and lead the change you want to see in yourself and others. Without further ado, here to serve you, your host, Mr. Steve Robinson.
Welcome to the Lead Change Empowerment Podcast. I am your host, Steve Robinson, and I am always grateful for you. I am grateful. Can't say it enough. Grateful, thankful. We just come off of Thanksgiving, even more thankful. If you celebrate Thanksgiving, I hope that you had a wonderful holiday, a wonderful Thanksgiving. I hope that you were able to enjoy your family. I hope that you took out time to think of those who didn't have people around, or just reach out to somebody and enjoy that time spent. It was well spent in my household. We had a great meal. We had great fun, great laughs, and actually I'm already looking forward to the Christmas holidays, simply because I get to watch the movies that I like. I was raised on The Christmas Story, the little cartoons. I don't know what the name, I don't know what that type of cartoon is called. It shows like the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and Santa Claus Comes to Town and the Heat Miser Brothers. You know, those are funny to me. But that's how we were raised. You know, Mom had me and my little brothers watching those movies during Christmas time. So it always brings back that feeling of when really I didn't have too much to do. All I had to do was live as a child and do nothing and no responsibilities. Just be a child and be loved by your mother and your brothers and have a good time. But anyway, that time is coming up next, and I hope that you are getting ready for those. If you're not, and if you're not, then you should be, and if you are, then continue to be. But those are some of the things that we'll be working on going forward. Again, this is the Lead Change Empowerment Podcast, and we continue to lead change. You're the lead changes to help you discussing life topics from personal to business, and assist you with the change, to lead the change that you want to see in yourself and be the change that you want to be to those around you as well. So today, today I was going to talk about something different, but a friend of mine, a close friend of mine, like a mentor to me, he's actually a teacher over in China. He was talking to me about, he's like, man, you got nomophobia. And I was like, what is nomophobia? I don't have nomophobia. Well, I think everyone has nomophobia to a degree. I think a lot of us do. But a lot of us won't admit it that we have it. I'll tell you what, before I explain what nomophobia is, let me ask you a few questions. And this will tell you if it is. Do you feel, or would you feel anxious because you could not instantly communicate with family, friends, social media, like just right off the bat? You couldn't go to your smartphone or your device, your mobile device, and do that. Would you be worried or would you feel nervous because you would not be able to receive a text message or a call? Would you be anxious because you could not get in touch with someone through your mobile device right then and there? Let's see, it's another one. Would you be annoyed if you could not use your smartphone and or its capabilities when you wanted to do so? Or here's a big one. Would running out of battery life in your smartphone, would that scare you? And most of you all, if you're going to be honest, you're going to pretty much answer yes. So that's what we're talking about today. Are you a nomophobic? And a nomophobia is the proposed name for a phobia of being without your mobile device, your mobile contact device, whether it be iPhone or Droid. I'm an iPhone user myself. A lot of these studies were done with iPhone users and different places. So it's a growing fear in today's world, the fear of being without your mobile device. I tell people, most of the time, you'll leave your child somewhere. You'll forget your child somewhere before you forget your phone. I mean, it's been a little sarcastic, but some people will. They will not forget their phone no matter what. They will turn around and go back. I don't care if you're 20 minutes away, 30 minutes away, you'll turn around and go back to get that phone. And studies showing an increasing number of college students now shower with their cell phone. And I guess because they're coming up with these water-resistant phones now, that people are actually showering with their phone. It's a growing number of text and tweet instead of actually talking or communicating face to face. Now, these studies in the UK, and this is a shout out to all my UK listeners. Studies in the UK showed that 53% of mobile users will be anxious when they lose their phone, run out of battery life, or ending their credit, the credit for the month, or talk time, or data usage for the month. Now, the word was formed from the word no, and the first two letters of mobile, nomophobia. All right. Now, this started in 2010 in a study done by UK Post Office. They commissioned a research organization to take a look at anxieties suffered by mobile phone users. So, we have anxieties as mobile phone users if you don't have your device. I mean, now, some of you now probably, if you're at work and you're supposed to be working, you'll probably have your phone on. You probably have it on silent. You're scrolling somewhere. You've hit the like button, and you're supposed to be doing some work. Soon as lunch come, if you are following the rules, soon as lunch come, the first thing you do before you even grab your lunch, people will grab their phone before they grab their lunch and turn it on and try to get caught up with whatever's going on. Now, this study also showed that 58% of men and 47% of women suffer from nomophobia. So more men suffer than women, which is, I thought, would be surprising. But and then 9% feel stressed out when your device is completely shut off. You know, no matter who you have, T-Mobile, I'm AT&T user, no matter whose carrier you're with, if that phone gets cut off, man, the stress level raises. I mean, of course we'll say, business-wise or communicating with family. No, we text family. And it's not even so much of that. Social media, that goes away. You get out of control when you lose those things. Now, the U.S., here in the United States, 65% or 2 out of 3 people sleep with their phone next to them. Now, how many of you listeners actually sleep with your phone on the edge of your bed or right beside you? I mean, it says 2 out of 3 of you do. 2 out of 3 of us do, because I guess I would be considered into that as well. 34% admitted to answering during intimacy with their partner. Now, hey, you are a nomophobia. And 34% of people taken through the U.S. study admitted to answering during intimacy with their partner. That is nomophobia. 1 in 5 would rather go without shoes for a week than to take a break from their phone. People, nomophobics. A lot of us are in that category. A lot of us are worse than others. We have to slow down. We have to take a break, come back. There was a study that showed that when you're separated from your phone for a certain amount of time, your thinking is impaired. Like you have impaired thinking, almost as if you've been drinking. I mean, you're without your phone. You don't know what to do. Now you can do these things. Let's find out. Now I'm going to put in the show notes this test that I found on the Huffington Post. It's talking about a scientific test that will tell how addicted you are to your smartphone. I'm going to give you a couple of questions. It said, are you a smartphone junkie? Rate each item on a scale of 1 to completely disagree, 7 to completely disagree, to 7 strongly disagree, and tally up your total score. And you have to be honest with yourself, because if you're not, then you already know that you're pretty much a bad nomophobic. All right. Now, here's a couple of the questions. If I could not use my smartphone, I would be afraid of getting stranded somewhere. I would be anxious because I could not keep in touch with my family. I would be nervous because I would be disconnected from my online identity, social media, which is number 1. I think that's the number 1 thing. I would be uncomfortable because I could not stay up to date with social media and online networks. That's one of the questions. Do you strongly disagree with that, or you strongly agree with that? Probably most of you all have to hit the 7. I would feel anxious because I could not check my email messages, and I would feel weird because I would not know what to do. Those are just some of them. So please go log on. I'm going to put it in the show notes. Take this. Now, the scores range, like if you get 20, up to 20, you're not at all a nomophobic. 21 to 60, you're a mild nomophobic. You get a little antsy when you forget your phone at home for a day or get stuck. 61 to 100, you're a moderate, pretty attached to the device. You often check updates. 101, which is where most of you all are going to lie, to 120, a severe nomophobic. You can barely go for 60 seconds without checking your phone. If you're not at work, how many of y'all can go at least 60 seconds without checking your phone? So here's a couple things you can do. Let me see if you can do this. Turn off your phone for a part of the day, not just when you're at work, when it's supposed to be off, and do face-to-face time. Take a fast, do a fast, monthly fast. Do a tech fast every month for 1 day or more. And it's just basically not using your phone, using any type of tablets, computer, unless it's work-related. But we'll turn work-related into self-related and in a heartbeat. And place the phone at least 10 feet away from you at night. See if that does. Hey, as always, listen. Oh, y'all, I should have said this in the beginning. All right, today, Cyber Monday, I am hosting a almost 1 year anniversary of my book, Prayer, Patience, Progress. It came out December 24th of this year. So, or of last year, I'm sorry, December 24th last year. So the 1 year anniversary is up. Today only, if you go on to www.steverobinsonthespeaker.com, that's www.steverobinsonthespeaker.com, enter the discount code PPP2016. That's PPP 2016. You'll get $5 off and free shipping on my book. So I'm going to put that in the show notes as well. And that's why I end every show the same way: prayer, patience, progress, in that order. Thank you all. And hey, have a super rest of your week. Goodbye.